everything I can to get back out there. So hopefully, I can get out there and play.
Can you tell us about this phone call that you had with Mike last night? He said you called at 10:50 p.m.
Yeah, I did. Um, Simple conversation that we had. So if you guys want to ask Mike that question, then hopefully he can tell you guys more about it.
So, what are you feeling right now? What have you been doing in the time since the Buffalo game in the fight here right now?
I've been up here getting treatment, doing everything I can to get as close to 100% as possible. So yeah, that means after all of this, staying as long as I have to until these guys have to go home. So.
It was mainly the back after the game. We also now learned that the ankle is part of the equation. How much is it the back and how much the ankle?
Yeah, I would say it was more the back than the ankle. The ankle was just, I would say, after the game soreness when my legs got caught up under whoever it was on the quarterback sneak.
And the head is completely out of the equation.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So when we go into the locker room every day, there's always a ping pong match going on, the guys with the tournament going on. What is that table kind of represented in terms of, bringing this together, looking camaraderie?
Yeah, I would say the first thing that the ping pong table has brought is competition, more competition into the locker room. I would say another thing that it's brought is, guys trying new things. There's guys that don't normally play ping pong or haven't grew up playing ping pong. They've just been watching and now they want to get into the action. Now guys think they're professionals. Guys are going and getting their own paddles. That's crazy. Guys are like watching YouTube. They're doing like some weird serves now. They're doing some professional serves. So I don't know.
And I know I heard down there a couple guys told me Terry got you guys all, personalized paddles.
Yep.
What does that kind of represent of, him making that gesture and, how that everybody taking part in?
Yeah, I think it kind of shows Tyreek's personality. It also shows his leadership, because he cares so much about the guys. But yeah.
Another litmus test. You had the Bills last week, the Bengals, reigning AFC champions, doing that back-to-back weeks, but having success the last few weeks with wins. What's the mindset of going against them?
Well, it's just to do things we've done since OTAs. Just worry about what we need to accomplish on every play that we're given. If it's offensively, whatever play that Mike tells us to run, that's what we'll run. But let's not go out of the parameters of trying to make a big play happen. Just let those come. So we'll take whatever they give us. Both offense, defensively, and then also in the special teams game, and then we'll go from there.
So there was something on NFL Network on Sunday saying you have fewer responsibilities with line calls this year. Is that the case, and has that made things a little easier for you?
Yeah, I would say I have the final say in our protections, but it's definitely made it a lot easier that I don't have to come out and initially make a mic point or necessarily tell the guys what to do up front. Now I can worry about the motion landmarks for our guys in the back, and then also seeing their coverage and then executing our plays that we have. So it makes it easier to just go out there and play quarterback.
So, what is affected by the back injury in your play? Not continuously you need to back for everything. What aspects of quarterback play are particularly difficult or not?
Yeah, I would say everything. Having to twist to hand the ball off, having to toss the ball, having to throw the ball, every aspect of it.
Have you been able to try to throw the ball like you normally do? If so, how does that feel?
I haven't tried today yet, but before we go out there and do our walkthrough, we'll get some throws in and see how it feels.
Although neither of you guys play defense, do you look forward to playing against Joe Burrow, knowing you guys were in the same draft class and all that? Do you look forward to that matchup?
Yeah, well, I look forward to the challenge that their team presents us. Knowing that they were the AFC champs last year. I mean, they're a really good team, and it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily me versus Joe, but I'm just excited that this is an opportunity for our team that we get that that our first 4 games are extremely tough games. So we welcome that, and I would say as a team we're excited for it.
So we're kind of bouncing off of Cam's question. I know there's a lot of adrenaline mid-game, but how difficult was it for you to go out and actually throw the ball on Sunday after halftime?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult. It was difficult because, we weren't out there as much, and so sitting down on the bench, back started to get tight, and then things started to lock up. So I had to kind of move around, little on the sideline. But for the most part, just got to find a way to get our playmakers the ball and just go out there, and nothing feels better than a win. So.
Tua, Tyreek called out Eli Apple after Sunday's game. He says, "I owe you." For you as a quarterback, when you have an outspoken receiver like that that's sort of hyping up an individual matchup, what's your approach to that?
Well, it's fuel to the fire for Tyreek. He's a competitor, and he loves those kind of things. But for me, I'm not going to let any of that get into the way that I operate within offense. If Tyreek is matched up with him and we call a play for Tyreek and it's one-on-one, I'm giving Tyreek a shot. Just know that he is getting the ball.
Back on the topic of Joe Burrow, you guys are obviously always going to be leading Alabama, SU, the same draft class. What are your thoughts on the way his career has taken off in 2+ years?
Yeah, you look at it. His second year, he's came off an injury and led his team to the Super Bowl. That should tell you a lot about his character. That should tell you a lot about his leadership and the belief that the organization has with him. But I have a lot of respect for Joe. We've talked on multiple occasions, not just at Alabama, but also, or not also when I was at Alabama, but also when we did go down there to Cincinnati and played them last preseason. Yeah.
So you guys are in top 5 on both sides of the ball. Late game defense, fourth quarter defense, fourth quarter offense. What is it about this team that allows you guys to perform the best when you guys are probably the most exhausted at that point in the game and late in the game?
Yeah, I think it's standard over feelings for our guys in the locker room. We have a standard here that regardless of how we feel, it's hot. We're tired. There's a standard that we hold each other to, and I think it's really cool that you could see us win 3 different games 3 different ways. Offense only put up one touchdown the first game, and defense scored a touchdown, that first game. Then the offense comes back, and we score 6 touchdowns, the second game. And then now you look at the third game, the defense is on the field for, probably 50 minutes of the game, and holds a tough Buffalo offense to only 17 points. So, I think I think the resiliency of the team and the guys in the locker room, we all have a standard, and that's what they've showed on. That's what we've showed on Sunday.
So the expectation of playing against you play, and you move that in chance, just so they don't be confident in Teddy.
Oh, I have a lot of confidence in Teddy. That if he had to step up right now, he'd go out there and play extremely well. You look at Teddy. Teddy's a vet in the league. He's played on multiple teams, and he's found success on the teams that he's played in or he's played on. So, yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.